Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video of mine. Today I am super excited to talk about 4 things that may indicate your health in terms of if it's on the right path or maybe you have to change a couple things. Now this is specific to me, so take everything that I say with a grain of salt, but these are things that personally I notice if they're kind of in whack or out of order, then something's off and I need to kind of step back and reevaluate what I'm doing. A lot of us feel like we have to have like a cold or a fever before we think, oh, maybe we are sick. So if you like videos like this where I share my own holistic health journey with you, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and yeah, let's get right into it. All right, so the first thing that I want to talk about is stamina. Now, stamina is something that I feel like a lot of people, when they think of, they're thinking of like, okay, when they're at the gym, when they're running their 2 miles, when they're on the stairs, or whatever the case is, how fast do they lose their breath, or when do they get a shortness of breath? But honestly, stamina to me is a lot more than that. I'm pretty aware of how much I can handle physically throughout my days and how far I can push myself. It's depending on if I'm, physically moving a lot, or if I'm a little more, stagnant and staying home and things like that. But I would say that the times where I do notice that my stamina is shorter than it normally is and I'm not doing anything strenuous, that to me is kind of a red flag that something is off. Now, when I say something is off, there can be so many factors that can affect your stamina. Whatever the case is, there can be lots of reasons, but right now I'm here to just talk about things that might indicate that your health isn't in the prime state. If you watched my video on mindfulness and benefits of being mindful, then you'll know that I talk about how I started off being mindful about my food, but then after years, I started becoming mindful of a lot of aspects of my life, stamina being one of them. Obviously, this changes when I'm on my period, this changes, when I'm traveling and I'm on a flight and I maybe don't get the best quality sleep, but I'm talking day to day. I have a pretty good idea of how much I can handle my stamina, how much energy I need to fulfill my daily duties, my errands, my workout, and things like that. So if that's off, that's really when I want to take a step back and be like, okay, what changed in the last week, or what did I do different that might be the reason why my stamina is shorter? All right, the next one that I want to talk about is your mood. Your mood is such a big indicator of your health. And again, on my channel, we're not just talking about physical health, we're talking about mental health, holistic health, right? If there's something off, that's definitely an indicator that something's not in balance. So maybe you are in a situation that's stressing you, even if you're not aware that it's stressing you. It could be stressing out your body, it could be subconsciously stressing you out. Maybe you are in some sort of hormonal imbalance, whether that's on your period or maybe the foods that you're eating, maybe they have added hormones or chemicals that is disrupting your own hormonal path, if that makes sense. So definitely your mood is what you want to take note of. How often or what does it take for you to get irritated? What does it take for you to get excited? And if you notice that it takes a lot less for you to get irritated, or it takes a lot more for you to get excited, that might be a sign that you need to really focus on your mental health. And there's so many resources here. And as I said, maybe I'll make a different video on ways to actually address these 4 indicators. But personally, just a few top of mind when it comes to, me noticing that I'm in a funk is I like journaling. I like taking a step back and actually breathing, like taking deep breaths. I like taking a walk. I'm naturally more of an extrovert, so I feel like I actually will prefer to talk to, some of my closest friends over the phone about something random just to, maybe help my mood a little bit. But again, there can be many reasons why your mood may be off, and that can be more subjective to you, but this is definitely an indicator. All right, the third one that I want to talk about is sleep quality. If it's hard for you to fall asleep, or if you're not getting good quality sleep, then something may be off. But this is a really important one to me, especially because I think out of the 4 that I'm sharing with you today, sleep quality to me is one that affects all of the other 3, and then so much more. If I'm not sleeping well, I'm definitely more moody. If I'm not sleeping well, I'm definitely not having as much stamina as I normally do. And then the 4th one as well. So Sleep quality is definitely one that you want to pay attention to. Again, just being mindful of yourself. How many hours of sleep do you typically get versus how many hours of sleep would actually be more beneficial to you? Like maybe you're only getting 5 or 6 hours and you're used to it, but maybe upping that to 7 to 8.5 hours might actually improve your quality of sleep, and you feel actually well rested and awake when you wake up, and it's not the hardest thing to wake up. Now, let me just pause real quick there, because I know what I just said might be like an eyebrow raiser. What do you mean, Somya? It's always hard for me to wake up. Now, I definitely take a hot minute to wake up as well, but when I say I take a hot minute to wake up, definitely now it's one of those things where I just, it takes like a minute for me to wake up, but I feel well rested and I feel awake when I wake up, as opposed to back in the day when I wasn't paying attention to my sleep schedule and it just wasn't on point, if you will. I definitely woke up feeling really, really groggy. I woke up not feeling refreshed. I woke up feeling like I wanted to go right back to bed. And definitely now that rarely happens, and if that does happen, then that's an indicator that something holistically is off that I need to fix and address so that my sleep quality is good. All right, the last one that I want to mention that is also affected by your sleep quality is your skin. Your skin is such a big indicator of your health. So I definitely suffered with cystic acne, really, really bad acne in high school and middle school. And I actually was put on Accutane for almost 2 years. That's how bad it was. My dermatologist actually said I should go on Accutane before my parents were like, she needs to go on Accutane. And the reason that I bring that up is because yes, my skin, I was going through puberty and all of that stuff, but my diet was not the best. And I definitely feel like when you add stress into the mix, when you add poor quality sleep, when you add, all of these other things, your skin is bound to flare up and react. That's honestly not even just me saying my own experience. I genuinely feel and know that if you're not living your best life in terms of your holistic health, really being mindful of what you're putting in your body, what things are around you in terms of your environment, then you're definitely bound to get acne, maybe dry skin, or whatever you're more prone to get, you're definitely going to get. So skin is a huge one. It's your largest organ. Let's all just remember that. And it's definitely the organ that's exposed to your environment. So there can be many factors to this, right? If you're in a more polluted area, the actual environment can affect your skin. But I'm specifically talking about if you know how your skin is normally, and then outside of that, it flares up or it gets more sensitive or whatever the case is, that's definitely your body basically crying out loud and saying, hey, give me more water, give me more sleep, stop stressing your mind out so much. So definitely look at that as kind of a wake-up call when it comes to your holistic health. All right, so those are the 4 things that I wanted to share with you that can definitely indicate your health, mental and or physical, or both. And I know I didn't really get deep into the details, but that's again because there's so many factors that can go into maybe why you're not sleeping well, maybe why you're a little more moody. So I didn't want to condense it into a couple, but again, if you guys would like another video where I do get a little more specific into these 4, then let me know. Now, again, on that note, when it comes to holistic health for me personally, I think that our bodies are the most vocal things that we have when it comes to letting us know if we are healthy or if we are, and I'm not saying like if you're healthy or not healthy, but like whether we are doing something that's serving it versus doing something that's not serving it. So I definitely feel like there's no need to overthink, is this good for my body? Is this not good for my body? Is this good for my skin? Is this not good for my skin? Like, ask your skin. If you're trying out a new product, literally try it out for a week or 2 weeks and see how your skin reacts. If you're trying a new mental health habit, whether that's journaling or going to therapy or whatever the case is, try it out for a period of time and see if you feel less, fogged up in the mind. See if you feel more at ease. or more in tune with your emotions and feelings, or whatever your goal is when it comes to doing that. And same thing goes with sleep and stamina. Notice how your stamina is normally with your current lifestyle, and if you want to improve it, then improve it, or if you want it to stay the same. And if it fluctuates, then take notes. I know a lot of people, when it comes to their holistic health journey, they keep their current lifestyle, but then they change one variable, like maybe they're adding an extra hour of sleep every single night, and then they journal every single morning when they wake up, how do they feel? And then after 2 weeks or a month or however long that test or experiment period is, they reflect back and they're like, oh wow, that actually, I feel better, my stamina's up, my mood is better, my skin is cleared, especially because they only change that one variable, so it's really easy for them to connect it back to adding that 1 hour of sleep. All right, folks, that is all I have for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you were able to learn something. If you did like this video, then go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. I love you all so much, and I hope you have an amazing, healthy, beautiful day and week ahead, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.